So with so many means of getting involved with news and politics and information, how can students become unbiased and informed about today's politics?
So I would say one key is to get all different aspects of the news. So don't just watch Fox, watch CNN, watch NBC, watch all channels you can.
The pitching staff for Houston was just incredible, on the way to winning the World Series that year. And then the very next year, they didn't even show much of a fight after Gary Sanchez took out the Red Sox in Game 2. They were told no-show. And they did make it interesting in Game 4.
Oh yeah, that ninth inning was incredible.
Yeah.
I did a whole spiel on that ninth inning. For me this season, again, same thing. I think this Yankee team is better than the 2017 team. It's good. It's just like, this is the starters though. If we're going to go up against Houston, starter for starter, they got to stay on the edge here, especially making that deal with Zach Greinke, because now they have Verlander, Garrett Cole, Zach Greinke as their 1, 2, 3. That's going to be tough to hit. Now, if we get them to play him here, maybe we can beat them up, but down there for some reason, we just don't hit those guys. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we know for a fact they're going to face either the Houston Astros or the Cleveland Indians. It's just a matter of what series they're going to face them at.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's also a matter of fact that whoever comes out in the National League, whether it be the Philadelphia Phillies or the Milwaukee Brewers or the Chicago Cubs, we could see a Yankee versus Chicago Cubs series. How do you feel about some of these basketball players on the court right now, as you see, having a chance to play on this amazing court that you and a bunch of other people put together in homage to Looney Tunes?
Look around, everybody has their phones out, everyone's enjoying it right now. It's unbelievable, and I'm just blessed to be part of this experience, and I'm sure you feel this.
Man, that was crazy.
You really? They should have lost?
I think so.
Zion Williamson, he went LeBron James on that guy that was guarding him.
Yeah, I think.
How can you tell me that you just should have lost that game? And RJ Barry bailed him out when he missed a chance to tie the game.
The professional broadcasters who came out of FUV have really set that bar high. Some of America's best-known sportscasters and sports analysts starting their careers right here in these halls. Some of those sportscasters are icons in New York, like New York Yankees announcer and ESPN host Michael Kay.
That one's drilled deep to right field. It is high. It is far. It is gone.
Yeah, we were just talking about an earlier episode of this podcast because my friend Rugali, who graduated with me, he even mentioned how sick those 2 shots by Akira Kuiwala really was.
Yeah, Rafique showed out for it. It was great for women's basketball because, well, first of all, shout out Notre Dame, ACC all day, just shameless plug. But the interest in it, the way she hit those game winners was so amazing, and it propelled the interest level with the W.
There'll never be another guy like Dwayne Wade, especially since he hit that one-legged game-winning shot against the Golden State Warriors a month ago.
That was awesome. He just had a great final season.
Yeah, you'll never find another guy like Dwayne Wade, especially since he's won 3 championships, 1 with Shaquille O'Neal, 2 with LeBron James. Yeah. You gotta admit, you did say that D'Angelo Russell and Kyrie Irving would not make a good duo together.
Nah, they wouldn't. It wouldn't have worked.
So it was pretty smart for the Brooklyn Nets. It was pretty smart. I mean, I am kind of disappointed that D'Angelo Russell had to leave, but you know what? It's for the best.
I agree.
Because I know he's going to continue to keep the Golden State Warriors consistent, especially when they go into the new arena this season coming up.
Right. And plus,
WFUV music director Russ Boris says this station is known for music discovery. When you hear music discovery, what goes through your mind?
You're trying to turn people on to the music they need to hear. New artists, I think a lot of times what happens now is that listeners who aren't necessarily familiar with what WFUV does might think, hey, there's not as much cool new music out there as there used to be. They might have grown up at a different time or a different era of radio where they had some, certain expectations for what they were going to hear.
He's good. He's a good scorer, but his rebounds the same for Michigan State. And Cassius Winston, almost 19 points and 7 assists per game. He's a big contributor. The way how he finds players in and out of the paint from around the court, the way how he managed to get his team together in late game situations, developing the chemistry, knowing how to coexist whenever he can't hit a game-winning shot, he will allow his teammates like Kenny Goins. That's going to be determined as we roll on the season and in conference play. Right. And let's not forget, he's playing for the same Duke that won a lot of championships and brought out a lot of legends. But Chris Duhon, I could go on and on and on about it. But
big shout out to Chris Duhon.
He's a good college player.
Like, I could go on and on and on about the legends that came out of Duke. This is Rafique Louison and Nothing But That B-Ball Talking. I'm sitting here with CJ Leslie. How you doing today? As your team managed to pull off another win. What's it like getting your second win of the season?
It was good. We felt like we had to get this one. We felt like we let the last one go. We let 2 go. So, this was we came in with the mindset that we had to get this one, just from the fact that we felt like we let 2 of them slide from us.
Google says that Fordham students should enjoy every minute of working at WFUV.
Starting to push yourself to think outside the norm, pushing yourself to think creatively is so important to get into your system early on, because that will only benefit them later on in their journalism careers.
You mentioned Serge Ibaka, you mentioned Valanciunas, and I guess that means you have to lead to the Toronto Raptors, who are now in the top 2 in the Eastern Conference again. At this time, you don't have to worry about LeBron James until at least the NBA Finals.
Right. And what's very interesting is the fact that they've been able to hold that spot down without Kawhi playing like all this significant minutes.
What do you have to do in order to win your next game? Because I know you got a lot of tough games coming up to close out the Big 3, Season 3.
I think just approach it the same way like we have these last 2. Approach it like it's must-win games, and I think if you do that, you put the pressure on guys to come out and compete. So I think if we continue to have that same mindset, then we'll be fine.
Yeah, that was another impressive win for Team Concept over Team Kemba. How does it feel to come off with this win?
Man, it was good to bounce back, man. Last week we lost, so we was all angry, ready to get it back, and it was just good. It was good atmosphere. Great team win, man. Another one for us.
New York has a lot of local channels, but not all of them go to the Bronx regularly to provide the exclusive programming for the Bronx community. There is room for stations like BronxNet to provide the programming exclusive to the Bronx community. Many guests appear on Open to discuss politics, entertainment, and education topics with a Bronx lifestyle.
What was your mindset going into this game and going to these last few clutch defensive stops?
We had to pull this one out. We came this far. Shit, we just traveled over the bridge, so we had to get this one. This would know it.
Not to mention, you took first place over to Dominican Power, and looks like these guys don't even have any power left after that one.
Yeah, because we got the power.